Hi, welcome back, my dear students. In this lecture here, we are going to be learning about one of the most important things in CSS and HTML, selectors. Selectors allow us to select different elements from the document, right? And style it with CSS. And we already learned one of the selectors, the P tag, but I'm going to show you some extra selectors like IDs and classes, all right? So let's go ahead and open up our co-editor and let's go to blank.html. Let's do a save as on it right here. And let's do save as. And we're going to call this selectors. Selectors.html. Perfect. All right. So we are going back to external.html and I have it on my working files right here. I don't have the selectors.html here on my working files. So I'm going to go all the way down because this is organized in alphabetical order. So the S is all the way in the bottom there. I'm going to select it and I'm going to double click it and that's going to bring it up here. All right. So I'm going to go to external and I'm going to copy this style sheet by doing Command C or Control C. And I'm going to paste it right here. All right, just make sure that you paste this style sheet, this link, into the selectors.html. All right, let's open this in the browser. And for me, just open up in another monitor because it just did. All right, I was just, I guess, messing around with my browser. But anyways, so now this is working. Now we have the style.css linked. And what I want to do is I want to select all this and press my command key, and if you were using a Windows, press your control, and we're gonna do the same thing we did with the HTML document. We're just gonna comment this out by pressing the forward slash. All right, and this is gonna comment this out right here. Now if you notice what I did, and what I did was something very useful, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is. Basically what we are doing here is we are commenting CSS out by using a forward slash asterisk, and then here we just asterisk with, and we close it like this, and this is going to comment CSS out, and this is how you do it. All right, now you can write as many stars as you want, it really doesn't matter. All right, some people, you might see some of this code commented out like this. All right, now if we don't close it, of course anything underneath would be commented out also. Right, so in this case I'm going to comment that out because we are going to be using another paragraph in the selectors.html. So let's go there now and let's create another p tag, and let's write let's write another sentence. This is a great lecture, right? All right, this is what's on my mind right now. But anyways, so let's go back here. Let's make this smaller here so you can see. So now if I want to select this paragraph, right, I write the selector like we did on top, and I put the brackets, and I'm gonna copy and paste one of these and paste it right here. Now you see that turned red, right? Now I'm going to show you something. Let's go back to the selectors.html, and if I copy and paste another paragraph, it's gonna be also red. So what's going on, right? And another one, everything's gonna turn red. So we really don't want to do that in everything, right? We don't want to go to a website and apply one style to every single element. So what this is doing is this selector is applying style to every paragraph. And as you can see, what I'm using is the P. So if you want to target any specific tag, even if you have an H1 here, and you say heading, right? You see that this is not being affected because we are actually applying styles to every single paragraph, not headings. So if we want to actually apply styles to this heading, to this H1, we'll have to put it right here. H1, curly brackets, bring it down, and the way I do is I put the curly brackets together there, and I put my mouse cursor there, and I press enter. If I wanted to make that red, I would just have to go ahead and put that selector H1, and if you just have to use the character inside each HTML tag to actually make it a selector. All right, so if you wanted to target the body, you just put body here like this, curly brackets, and put whatever you want the body to be. All right, So if you want the body to be the background, and this is going to be another property, background black. It's like this. We make the whole background black. Make sure that you always close it with a semicolon, okay? As you can see there, the whole body is black, right? So I'm just going to take that off because we're not going to use that right now. All right. So this is a problem, and it's good and it's a problem. Right now, I don't want to target all of them. So how in the world are we going to just target this individually, right? Well, we use something called IDs or classes to do this. All right. So let's first explore IDs. All right. So IDs work like this. As a matter of fact, let's do this in another lecture. I think this lecture got pretty long. So let's do IDs in another lecture and let's do classes in another lecture. I think you had enough for this one here. So I want you to digest this information. I want you to keep playing with the tags here. All right. So another thing before we go to the IDs and classes lecture is that you can also, excuse me, you can also apply the class right here. So not the class, another selector right here by dividing this into, by putting a comma and putting H1 there. You see that? So you can target multiple HTML tags in here. So you can put multiple selectors in here. Let's do another one. Let's real quick do a H4 heading H4, right? So we see that we're not targeting that. We go back to style.css and all we have to do is put a comma, H4, and now we're targeting multiple selectors with the comma right there. All right. Another thing that I also want to show you is that and that's why I'm going to divide this into another lecture, the IDs and classes, because as you can see, it's going a little longer, is if you have something here, let's say, for example, let's use a division tag, and we already seen this before, but I have not used it yet. So let's use a division tag, and let's put a paragraph there, right here. All right. So we want to target this paragraph that's inside this div here. So how we do that? All right, let's go ahead back there and let's put the selector. All right. And let's do something that you probably have not seen yet, and you will right now. So the div, right, like this. And now we're going to apply a different color to it. Blue. There we go. So you see that we put the first selector. This is the div. This is the parent of this paragraph now. This is the children now, right? So we say the div, target this div that has a p tag inside. And of course, the last selector is the one that's going to have the style. All right. So we're saying target this p inside this div, basically. So from right to left, right? So if you had another one in here, another paragraph here, it will also turn blue. Anything inside that div will turn that color because we are targeting all the p tags inside this div. All right, from right to left. So keep that in mind. In the next lecture, we're going to be talking about IDs and classes a little more. Well, not a little more, actually. We're going to start to talk about it. But thank you so much for watching this lecture, and hopefully you get this. If not, just keep practicing, all right? Just rewind this lecture 100 times if you have to, and keep practicing. This is actually super exciting, and it's going to take you to other heights in your career and your personal life. Thank you so much, and see you in the next lecture.